week.
No, it's okay.
We are live. You're doing the intro.
I don't know what you say. I don't listen when you talk. I just sit here. Hi, you're live with Robert and Sandy.
See?
All I remember is you saying, "This is my beautiful wife."
Of course, say that. Welcome, everyone, back to the Supplement Engineer channel. We are here on a Thursday this afternoon instead of a Wednesday because we had to record a special podcast yesterday, which we'll release tomorrow. I'm not going to spoil it yet.
It's
Maybe I'll
fancy.
spoil it. Yes.
Go ahead, spoil
It's
it.
a very, very well-known figure in the fitness, supplementation, bodybuilding, powerlifting, evidence-based community. His initials are, I'm not going to say yet because I'm going to wait for some more people to join. I'm going to wait for some more people to join. So thank you guys, as always, for joining us for our weekly Q&As and banter sessions. And yeah, before we get into all of the minutia of today, I got to do all the shameless plugging and stuff. So if you like the video, if you like us doing this each week, like, comment, subscribe, share the video with family and friends, spread the word, and yeah, post up your questions. Okay. Let us know where you're from, what's griping you, what supplements you've been using lately. If you want to know what we're drinking, how's your summer going? Are you ready for sports to hopefully start? If they do start, if they don't, we'll see what happens. Anybody watching UFC this Saturday? I am.
Robert is.
So to get things rolling, you've said something to me the past couple of weeks.
Okay.
And you said, I feel bad, Robert.
I do feel bad.
I said, why is that, Sandy? Do you have a tummy ache? Do you have a headache? Or what's going on? Are you gassy? And you said, no, I feel like I'm wasting your time doing these.
I do feel like I'm wasting your time doing these. Okay, go ahead and say the guy that you interviewed, because you could be spending your time with quality individuals in the industry.
I could, but
of
you're
which
my wife.
I am not. So.
Well, I mean, you are as much of a part of my success in the industry as anybody is.
Listen.
Because I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. So you were the one that gave me the strong kick in the ass many 5 years ago now, almost 5.5 years ago now, to quit engineering and start writing and researching and formulating and doing all that stuff. And here we are today. You know, I'm living the dream that I had so many years ago. So I'm not wasting my time.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, with talking to me right now, you are married to me. We can talk on a pretty regular basis, but
do we?
We actually don't. I was just saying that because it's like we're married, but I was just saying we never get a chance to just hang out and talk. Isn't that weird?
Well, the reason for that is because we wake up at 6:15 in the morning. You go straight to.
I go working out.
You go work out.
Because I'm powerful.
The halfling ready.
He gets.
Bring her to daycare, and then I pick you up. I come back, pick you up, bring you to school.
Yeah.
And then I pick you up in the afternoons at.
Not all the time. Sometimes I drive myself.
Yeah, 5 o'clock.
But then the thing is that when we're like talking to each other, Sophia's usually there. And that's fine, but it's usually just day-to-day stuff. Okay, did you do this? What'd you do? How was work? But we never just like talk about the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But so this is our chance to talk about the world.
This is our chance to hang out. And that's why I enjoy doing supplement reviews with you. We don't get as much time to do them as I would like to, just because we've got a bunch of other commitments going on. But it's always a fun time to hang out and stuff like that. So.
If you want to keep doing this with me, I'm fine with that. I'm just saying, I feel like your time could be better spent with quality individuals that know what they're talking about. I don't know them.
Like Scott from Scotland.
From Scotland, as
drinking
we've
his
learned.
scotch or his whiskey over there.
Yeah, his whiskey. That's fascinating.
Yes, without the E.
Yeah.
WHISKY.
I love learning about new cultures.
Yeah, and I got a voice message from Scott one time, and you hear the Scottish accent. It's cool. They don't sound as drunk as they are portrayed in movies.
I feel like I would probably. You know what? That's true for everything except New Orleans. Every time New Orleans is portrayed in a film or in a TV show, it's pretty accurate. The only thing that's not true is they don't sound like they have Southern accents.
No, it's not like a Mississippi or an Alabama drawl at all. It's more like
they don't sound like this in New Orleans. They sound like Brooklyn, New Orleans.
Yeah, it's definitely Brooklyn. Or they try to portray him as like a coon-ass, but the coon-asses aren't
That's
in
not New Orleans.
New Orleans. That's like southwest Louisiana, like Lafayette.
I mean, it's Louisiana.
Yeah, it's just a different area. It's not New Orleans.
This is not New Orleans.
And nobody says Nolans.
But
nobody from New Orleans actually says Nolans.
We say New Orleans.
Yeah.
But it is like it with the partying and the music and the drinking. That's true.
100%.
I always wore rain boots. Notes, never wear open-toed shoes like flip-flops on Bourbon Street, no matter what time of day it is. It's nasty down there. There's bodily fluids everywhere.
And more
from
ways
very
than one.
different crevices. Usually vomit, but there's other.
Yeah, you'll find.
You got to wear your rain boots, guys.
Yeah.
Even if it's like 100 degrees. I wear
rain boots and long pants.
Yeah, I always wore pants actually tucked into my boots. I never wore shorts.
Jeans, khakis, something.
Yeah. Okay, what's up? What is AlphaGPC?
AlphaGPC is one of the. Hey, Ian, where are you from? Hey guys, if that's not too personal, thoughts on AlphaGPC? AlphaGPC. Okay, so in the realm of nootropics, AlphaGPC is a choline-containing molecule. Contains about 40% by weight of choline.
Okay.
Choline is an essential nutrient in the brain that plays a role in acetylcholine production and cognitive development. So it's very important that choline is present in beef liver, egg yolks, a few other foods, but a lot of people don't always get enough of that. So supplementing with AlphaGPC is very important for little kids and women when they're pregnant to make sure that the brain and the CNS develops properly. Yes.
Beef liver. The only time I've ever eaten it is from Popeyes, right?
No, it's chicken livers.
Oh, well then I never. Okay, but if I fried it, would it still contain it, or would the frying process somehow deteriorate?
It would probably negate some of it, but it wouldn't completely use all of it.
Egg yolks it is.
Because
I ain't eating beef
or AlphaGPC. So AlphaGPC, it's one of the two main choline forms. We'll see choline bitartrate, but that's when companies are trying to go cheap. It's not a very bioavailable. It doesn't cross the blood-brain barrier either, so it can increase systemic choline levels, like in the bloodstream, but it doesn't cross the blood-brain barrier. So that's why if you want to increase...
Which is really pointless then.
No, not necessarily, because acetylcholine's involved in muscle contractions and the mind-muscle connection. So across the neuromuscular junction, every time you contract your muscle like a bicep, your quad or something, acetylcholine is involved in that reaction right there.
Okay.
The benefit to AlphaGPC is that, awesome, Florida. Are you a Gators fan, Seminoles fan, Hurricanes fan, or none of the above?
Or maybe just getting to do what he feels like without a fucking mask.
Yeah. Thoughts on AlphaGPC? Okay, so back to this. So there's a few studies. From a nootropic standpoint, it's either AlphaGPC or CDP choline. My preferred one is CDP choline.
Because?
It's kind of like a 2-in-1 nootropic. So you get cytidine, which converts to uridine in the body, which helps with dopamine. Dopamine receptor maintenance and all of those things. Also creates neurogenesis.
So it has that.
And it also gives you, it's about 18% choline by weight, but I notice a much stronger mental energy, increased mental energy from CDP choline.
What is in my mastermind that I like?
They use AlphaGPC in that one.
Okay. So
but
I like
in Prodigy, the other one that you really like, that uses CDP choline.
Oh, well, there we go.
So AlphaGPC, you'll have to usually, and on the market, they'll usually see 600 milligrams in a supplement, but that's only 50% yield. So you're only getting 300 milligrams of AlphaGPC, and 40% of that is choline.
Okay.
So 40% of the 50% is that. So I think it's good. My preferred one is CDP choline, because very often I find when I take too much AlphaGPC, it puts me into a brain fog or makes me tired.
Interesting.
But that's usually
what would too much be?
I mean, it's usually for me personally, if I have 200 micrograms of huperzine and 600 to 800 milligrams of AlphaGPC, that just kind of makes me feel like spaced out. Now, if you're just taking AlphaGPC by itself, you won't have that effect because you won't get as much overload of the acetylcholine.
If I was taking it by myself, would I take 600 or would I take...
you could take 600. Some studies, on strength and power output, have used upwards of 1,200 milligrams, so giving you 600 yield of it. So yeah, I like it as a nootropic. It's my second favorite form of choline. I like CDP choline more because it also increases
that other thing,
brain levels of ATP, and it also prompts dopamine release too. But with AlphaGPC, you've also get some of the phospholipids in there. So the GP part of it is glycerol phospho. So you get a phosphate and you get some glycerol, which is going to help with the cell membrane maintenance in the brain. So they both have their utility. My preference is just CDP choline, but you can't go wrong with either of those. They're both far superior to choline bitartrate.
There you go.
Little Wapaho? Little Wapaho? I don't know. Hello from West Chicago. Yeah, it's a little Wapaho. What is that? That's awesome. What is your go-to exercise to assist in deadlifts? Ooh, that's a good one. All right.
I do like that.
All right, so deadlifts, we're going to talk about pulling. Anything for the posterior chain. RDLs are really good with that. Leg curls.
I was going to say, he always starts with leg curls before he does something like that.
Yeah, I like it. I got that idea from John Meadows, the mountain dog, because it pumps the hamstrings full of blood and kind of gives you a little bit more stable base from which that you can start pushing off from your squats and stuff. It feels better on my knees. And I first came across that article from John Meadows on T-Nation on one of his videos 3 or 4 years ago, and I've always started off my leg workouts like that, and it always feels really good.
Well, And it's interesting because I feel like I always want to start with the hardest workout move and then kind of decelerate from there.
Yeah.
But it actually makes more sense to have something to kind of get your muscles in the right zone.
Yeah.
Then do the hardest.
Right, because sometimes you may not, from like a central nervous system standpoint, you might not be ready to go balls to the wall on your first set. So doing that accessory movement, kind of helps prime the pump and get you into that. As far as assistance work for deadlifts, I guess it would really depend on what is your weak link. Where are you struggling? Is it with the lockout? Is it with, holding the bar tight there? So is it your lats that are struggling more? Is it your hamstrings? Is it the upper back muscles? Where do you find is the weak point in that? Is it the clean through with your hips going through, locking up like that with your glutes? Any of that. RDLs work really well, leg curls, straight arm pull down, since that mimics the function of the lats in the deadlift and bringing something close to your body and holding it there. Farmer's walks can also help if you're struggling with grip problems. Farmer's walks, doing something like that can help increase grip strength in your forearm. So. And
you always do things barefoot.
I do. Yeah, I like it.
Is that actually a thing, or is that just you?
No, some people do deadlift barefoot. That
scares the crap out of me. Like, I'm just afraid. I don't know.
Some people do it, some people don't.
I can't do that. But I know that you think it helps you stabilize, but for me it's just okay. Lil Wop Aho. That's actually really clever. Did you come up with that, or did someone else come up with that? Because it's like I get what you're saying, and it all says it in one little succinct little. It's like an amuse-bouche, if you will, of a name. Okay, what do we got? What do we got?
All right.
What do we got?
Next up from Lil Wapaho, your take on Vaso 6. I like Vaso 6 a lot. I've written a fairly extensive guide on it on the Supplement Engineer website if you're interested in checking it out. I also know Matt Nickerson, the guy that kind of co-founded Vaso 6, and the guys over at Compound Solution who handle the marketing for it. I know them really well and do some work with them. No, I don't get any paid stipend from Vaso 6 or promoting it or anything like that.
No, but you tend to work with people with products that you like.
With quality products.
Which I feel like that makes sense.
I'm not going to tout a bullshit supplement.
Or you're not going to work with people.
You're not going to have me touting glutamine or some other bullshit like that.
There's a lot of good people you work with.
Yeah, there's a lot of good companies.
Yeah, like we have the products.
Right. So I really like Vaso 6. 600 milligrams seems to be doing something really, that's 300 milligrams of what we see a lot of the times in there, but you really start to notice the increased vascularity and stuff like that with 600 milligram dose. So basically, I'll tell you what Vaso 6 is. So a patent is grapeseed extract has long been used for improving blood flow, vasodilation, stimulating endothelial nitric oxide synthase, which is the enzyme that catalyzes nitric oxide production in the body.
That sounds important.
So yeah, nitric oxide is an important cell signaling molecule that causes vasodilation. So it opens up your blood vessels, increases blood flow, improves nutrient delivery, muscle pumps, things like that.
Got it.
So with that, the researchers down at this university in South Florida so there's a bunch of different alkaloids that are present in grapeseed extract. They took the most potent vasodilatory compounds and standardized grapeseed extract for that.
Got it.
And Vaso 6 is the 6 most powerful vasodilating fractions that they do. So hence why vasodilation and 6 is the number
there's
of compounds.
6 of them.
Yes, there's 6 of them. So fast forward to the way it's produced now, it is the same compounds are also present in green tea. So Vaso 6 is actually a green tea extract. Yes, it could be made for both. And I guess green tea is either more abundant or it's cheaper as cheaper raw material than grapeseed extract.
Product, like it's the same production, like yes, you don't notice the difference.
It ends up with the same compounds.
That's kind of weird.
So, well, I mean,
that's weird.
Not necessarily.
To me, it's weird.
I mean, it could be. Yeah,
it's like a math problem. You can do it 2 different ways, but very rarely do I see math in the science.
Right. Yeah, and I found it strange too. But I asked.
I'll take it.
Matt Titlow over at Compound. I said, so what, the patent on the ingredient is using grapeseed.
Right.
But, Vaso 6 on the whole thing is from green tea. So, what it's just a cheaper raw material. And go back and listen to the podcast I did with Matt, and he'll kind of explain you through what's going on with all of that.
All right.
So I like it. I think it pairs really well with citrulline. So take 300 to 600 milligrams of Vaso 6. Okay. Pair that with, 3 to 6 grams of citrulline, and you've got it from a couple of different pathways. So you have the citrulline supplying the arginine, that's going to be the fuel for nitric oxide production. And then you have Vaso 6, which is kind of opening up the bottleneck of the endothelial nitric oxide synthase. It's stimulating that enzyme. So you're getting it from both pathways that way. So I really like it. Could you accomplish something similar with, maybe just 300 milligrams of a generic grapeseed extract? I think so, or any kind of like polyphenol rich thing like pomegranate powder. If you got a gram of pomegranate powder, that's been shown to stimulate enos as well. So I think any of those other botanicals in combination with citrulline would be really, really good.
Do they sell grapeseed oil?
Just sell grapeseed extract.
Like extract? Like I can buy vitamin E, I can buy grapeseed extract.
Yeah, you can.
Good to know.
300 to 400 milligrams of that, yeah. The one knock I would say against Vaso-6 is that it is very expensive to put in a product.
Oh.
It can be a cost killer for some supplements, and some pump formulas I've helped formulate that we've tried to put that in there, and it's kind of cost prohibitive where if you're trying to include a bunch of different things, you're going to have to pull something out if you're going to want to put Vaso-6 in there.
Good to know.
So you go with less is more kind of approach with that.
Do you need it with something, or could you just take it?
You could definitely take it by itself.
Okay.
I've noticed it strong enough on its own. 600, 900 milligrams on its own, it's pretty potent. I like it a lot. And they just won the lawsuit. They just had the lawsuit from the Mr. Patent Troll. His lawsuit got kicked out of court. So Vaso-6 is all, freedom will come.
That makes me happy. I'm telling you, that man needs to find a lover, soulmate, or a pet, or something. That's awesome.
That is.
That's awesome. I love your mom.
52. Awesome. What is the main difference between egg protein and whey protein? Well, egg protein comes from eggs, and whey protein comes from milk.
Don't be a stinker.
The main difference would be the exact amino acid composition of each of them. Now, they're both incredibly bioavailable. If you look at like the PDCAAS, protein digestibility corrected amino acid score, you'll see that whey protein is just slightly above egg protein, although egg protein is like a perfect 100. Whey protein in some charts is like 1.04, so it's like 4% better than egg protein.
When he's talking about this, is he talking about protein powders, or is he talking about like if I eat an egg?
No, he's talking about protein powder.
If I eat whey, okay. Okay.
The main difference, they're both going to be high in leucine. They're both going to be very bioavailable. They're both going to, they're complete proteins. The differences are going to be in like the actual amounts of all the non-essential amino acids and essential amino acids that are in there. But they're both going to fully stimulate maximum muscle protein synthesis in the body. Digestion speed's a little bit slower for egg protein. So assuming we're taking just egg white protein like you're going to find in a protein powder, whey is very fast digesting. Casein protein is very slow digesting. Egg protein is kind of in the middle of those two. So it gives you, so if you do like a protein blend, if you have like a whey, casein, egg protein blend, you'll kind of get a staggered release of like some fast, some middle, and some long lasting, because casein can take up to 7 to 8 hours to digest.
What? Wait, what can take that long?
Casein protein. So milk and the proteins in milk, it is 20% whey and 80% casein.
Okay.
So it could take up to 7 to 8 hours because it turns into these curdles in your stomach and then forms like this thick viscous gel in your GI tract.
Time out. So every morning you make me 16 ounces of whole milk with a scoop of whey protein. So you're telling me it's taking me 7 hours to digest that? The release of amino acids into the bloodstream will be over the course of like 6 to 8 hours. Yeah. Good to know.
And plus you have the fats in there that are slowing it down and everything too.
Digesting.
So, yeah.
Okay. Well.
But that's the main difference, is just the speed of digestion. They're both gonna fully support muscle protein synthesis. They're both complete proteins. Egg protein can kind of give you an eggy taste. If we've tried egg proteins by themselves before, the Gaspari ones, and they taste, you get an eggy taste to them, and they're salty too.
Yeah, it's not so much that they taste like eggs. Yeah. It's that they taste salty. But not salty like someone put some sodium chloride, like they didn't sprinkle what's called Morton's in my thing. It's like there's like a salinity almost. You know what I mean? Like someone put contact solution, if you will. Okay, this is awkward. Dead air, guys. Welcome. He's going to get a drink.
I was getting egg protein and the whey protein, so we can see if they list the actual amino acid things on here.
Egg protein.
So does that list the amino acid profile on there?
I don't know, because I don't know how to read.
No. So here's what I was saying earlier, the PDCAAS score. Egg is 1.0, casein is 1.0.
Oh, there you go.
Milk is 1.0. Whey protein is 1.0 for all of you that are looking out there. You can see that they're all the same right there. Now, this does not list the amino acids content of it, or what you can probably find that online. this does, a lot of whey proteins will list, what the typical amino acid profile is, and then you can compare it. So that'll be what the actual differences are. The digestion speed's a little bit different. Now, if you throw whole eggs into the mix.
I was about to say, you kept saying egg whites.
Well, yeah, that's because.
No, I hear you, but I'm just curious because you always, when we have to feed our 3-year-old, I'm trying to give her the egg whites. She's like, give her the yellows. Give her the yellows. Well, I thought the protein was in the white. He said, but the nutrients are in the yellow. Sorry.
Yeah. So the egg white is the protein. The yellow is all the healthy fats and all of the vitamins, essential.
Give her the yellow.
Well, there's also studies showing that whole eggs are superior to just egg white protein in terms of like lean body mass and health and all of that.
What you're failing to realize is that you're making me hungry right now, and I want to go fry some eggs right now.
You're just going to have to wait.
I'm going to wait, but I'm hungry. I'm always hungry.
You don't look hungry.
You know what? I'm not going to lie. So wait. Important. I was working out the other day, and I have this Fitbit, and I have this Go 365 on my Humana, whatever. And they're doing this new thing where if you take a picture of yourself working out, you'll get 10 points. We have spent over $500 of this free Go 360 app where we just naturally live our lives. We earn points, and then you can cash out. So I'm like, you better take a picture of me so I can get those points. He takes a picture of me doing a shoulder press. And I'm wearing a sports bra and shorts. And I'm not gonna lie, the shorts are extra small. And although I can fit into them, I looked at the picture and I was like, what is that? I need to start cutting. Like, I've been in a bulking stage kind of for a while, and now I'm like, oh, I think it's time to start cutting because there's a little something there that no one should see. And he just took the picture. He wasn't like, babe, you look chubby. You look chubby. Do you want to pull the shorts up to cover the muffin? No, none of that. He just took the picture, didn't say anything. And you want to know what that means? That means he's been seeing the muffin for a while now because he's so used to it. And I'm like, oh my God, I need to start cutting. What are you doing?
Well, this isn't going to help.
You said.
This isn't apple juice.
You said I could drink as long as it's within my macros.
You can.
But my macros need to be taking a little bit of a budget cut. That's what we need to do. We need to cut the budget is what we need to do.
But what are you drinking? I don't think you let the people know what that is.
Not much anymore. I'm drinking Celis Brewery's Lime Berliner Weiss. Yep, that's a thing. Berliner Weiss is my favorite beer of all time. It's a sour beer. If you're gonna drink beer, you might as well just go full tilt sour. And it's so good and refreshing and super summery. And Celis is a local brewery. Used to be part of Paws for Pups. Pups for Paws. I don't know.
Barks for beers.
What Barks for Beers. Basically, we don't own a dog. Just gonna throw that out there. But I don't mind supporting your dogs.
It's a dog charity.
Whatever. You pay $30. Isn't it only $30?
It was $30.
$30 for a passport spelled paws like a dog. And it has access to like 20 to 40 different, depending on the year, breweries. And everywhere you go, you get a free beer. So if you make it to 30 breweries, it's like you spent $1 per beer. If you make it to 15, it's like $2 per beer. We usually do about 15. Because it only lasts for a month, by the way. So you don't have
4 weekends, and most of the breweries are only open on the weekends. So you have to haul ass, and you're doing like 4 or 5 breweries in a day, and it gets rough. I don't usually drink beer. So it's usually
it's a month.
The last weekend of April to the last weekend in May.
Yeah.
And after that month, I don't drink beer for the rest of the year. Just about. Maybe an Abita Amber here if I'm watching an LSU football game or something.
We spend April like starting to drink beer back to like get us ready. But man, we go drinking with these 60 to 70-year-olds.
70s, they're 70.
They're 70 now. Okay, they're 70 and they're retired and they're the coolest people ever. And by the way, I think the coolest people ever nowadays probably are in their 70s because they lived through all the crazy stuff. Charlotte was a student. No, she was a student at the University of Texas when the guy did the shooting. Like that was happening while she was in class. And the only reason she wasn't out on the quad was because their class let out late. Oh! So anyways, what I'm saying is they're the coolest people ever, and they like to drink. They can hold their liquor way more than we can.
Well, yeah, my grandma's in her 70s too.
She's
like,
hilarious.
What is it with 70-year-olds being able to hold their liquor?
Because they lived through it all.
The table?
They were there during the 60s. They were there during they were there during Vietnam, during the assassinations of Martin Luther King Jr. and JFK and Bobby Kennedy. Like they were there for the whole USSR, Vietnam, everything. They're so cool. So anytime y'all guys want to freak out about what's going on in today's society, I'm like, go talk to a 70-year-old. We're fine. It's all going to be fine. So anyways, they drink and they can hold their liquor. And Robert and I were like staggering to keep up. In fact, because you get that free beer when you get there, there's been times where we hit up 4 different breweries and I have to just like not finish. I'm like, I can't do it. I'm sorry. It was free. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, my
it's bad.
My gripe with the Barks for Beers thing is that it usually takes place when it's starting to get hot, like at the end of spring. So it's and a lot of the places have light beers or IPAs, and I hate light beers, and I hate light colored.
Okay, now here
things like lagers, pilsners.
He likes the porters.
I want porters, stouts, ambers, everything dark.
And in Texas in May,
nobody's making.
Nobody's really making that.
So I'll take a sip of something there, and I'm just it's fine. Yeah, there's a couple of breweries that I really like that make stouts and porters and stuff, and an amber. But
we went through this phase where every Tuesday we would go to this place called Chimes, and every Tuesday they had half-price oysters on the half shell. Yeah. And the only kind of beer I ever want with oysters on the half shell is an oyster stout. It's like this dark beer because oysters on the half shell, they're not going to fill you up.
No. Unless
you're drinking a super dark, heavy beer. Woo!
Or you have a side of loaded cheese fries too.
I would do that too. They're really good there. With jalapenos. Oh, now I want cheese fries. Stop talking about food.
I'm hungry. Well, here.
I am hungry.
Here we go. We'll do an impromptu.
That's not bar. Cheese fries.
It's not.
So
do you want to try? Do you want to try?
I mean, I'm hungry, so we.
Okay. Well, then we will do that. All right. So these are.
Somebody needs to make a cheese fry.
That's not going to happen. All right, these are, you will find these protein bars everywhere. Power bars, I found them super cheap on fitnessdealnews.com. TJ's site over there, who's a member of the
we have so many
Final Scoop podcast. So I bought a box. These were cheap on Amazon. I think I got 12 of them for like $10.
Does that mean they're going to be nasty again? Every time you're like, I got new protein bars from Fitness Deal. I'm like, that means they're gross. Stop buying them.
I eat them.
Wait, tell everybody how you started to like the nasty ones.
I eat them.
He said to me, I'm
starting
to like those really nasty Gatorade ones. I was like, the nasty
The Gatorade
ones?
Almond butter ones. Yeah, there's something about they're so disgusting you actually kind of crave them.
I kind of like them. I said, oh, God.
There's something to chew, and it takes a while to eat. So, all right, so we've got these power bars here. So we've got the chocolate peanut butter flavor and the cookies and cream flavor. Each bar is 210 calories. We've got 5 grams of fat, 3 grams saturated fat, 27 grams carbohydrate, 4 grams fiber, 20 grams of protein. And now the protein blend in here is, the first one is soy protein isolate. No, eating soy protein is not going to make you grow man boobs. Trust me, the phytoestrogens that are in there are
not going to taste good.
Are not enough to cause you to grow man boobs. We've also got maltitol, which is a sugar alcohol, calcium caseinate, which is a cheap form of casein protein, inulin, which is a dietary fiber, fructose sugar, cane invert syrup, whey protein isolate, fractionated palm kernel oil, canola oil, and then 2% or less of cocoa, water, whey protein, non-fat dry milk powder, natural flavor, cocoa processed with alkali, soy lecithin,
butter,
rice flour, partially defatted peanut flour, almond butter,
I don't like almond
starch,
butter,
and salt.
I don't like almond butter. You know what I like? I like cashew butter.
What if you like cashew butter?
In our little thingy.
Oh, the Fit Butter.
The Fit Butters.
Okay. All right, so here we go. Cookies and cream or chocolate peanut butter.
I'll try them both. I'm hungry.
All right, I think you're going to like that one more, so let's start off with this one.
I don't like cookies and cream. My favorite ice cream is Half Baked by Ben & Jerry's. It's delicious. It has brownie chunks. Cookies and cream, like the little chocolate. Oh, no, cookies and cream isn't the same as... Ooh, it smells good. It was very sweet.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's cookies and cream. Cookies and cream is sweet.
Woo! It's very sweet. It's good. Oh, that is like a friggin' Mrs. Debbie's. What? The texture is good. It's soft. It's like fluffy. It's like whipped. That's actually really good.
Yeah.
It's really sweet.
And it was cheap. So you're gonna retract your comment about Fitness Deal News protein bars?
I want a dessert. Why is
super roasted, isn't it? The peanut in there.
I like it.
Yeah, it's really good.
I do like the peanut butter.
Yeah.
It's roasted. It's not too sweet.
Yeah, and the macros aren't terrible on it. It's lower fat than some other protein bars on the market. Carbs are 27 grams and protein's 20. It's soy protein, but I mean, yeah, it's fine. It's a complete protein. It's one of the few complete plant protein sources out there.
It's always so sweet, isn't it? It's always so sweet.
Protein bars? Yeah,
just like everything in general. You know, like the candy bars. And I guess that's the easiest way to put protein in something. But I'm such a savory person. But I guess the thought is, if you want savory, just go get a steak. Speaking of which, we have been eating steak every night. And it has made me so happy. Let me tell you something. We eating steak.
Well, we are in beef country. This is Texas. So it would be un-Texan if we weren't.
We're eating it because we ordered it one time and said, dang, that's awesome. Let's keep doing it. Robert's a master of steak maker.
Work it into the budget and how it works.
I don't want to eat this anymore. I want to eat steak and cheese fries.
Well, you get steak afterwards and a baked potato. After you go pick up the half one.
Or I could make cheese fries from home. Not as unhealthy with the air fryer.
You could.
I am.
Yes, she likes Frito pies.
Yup. Wait, mac and cheese. Nope. Wait, are you sure you said mac and cheese? The only Frito pie I've ever seen has Fritos and then chili and jalapenos and cheese. Macaroni and cheese and Fritos. That's interesting. I love Fritos. I could eat those all the time. I love jalapenos. I love cheese. I love anything fried cheese and jalapeno. Anything. Let me tell you something. Best fried cheese jalapeno, if you're curious, Church's Chicken. Most people don't go there. You're missing out, first of all, because I love Church's Chicken. But they have the jalapeno cheese bombers, and they chop up the jalapeno and mix it in with the cheese. Ooh! Those are so good. You know what? We're blessed. We are truly blessed that there's not a Church's anywhere near us, because I would go broke, and I would certainly be fat if we had a Church's Chicken anywhere near us, because I would get those jalapeno cheese bombers just every day after school. Every day after school.
Tell them what you used to order in high school.
Okay. So this was my meal, and I didn't ever deviate. You understand? Like, it didn't matter what, if I went to Church's, I would order the 2-piece dark meat, because I'm a dark meat girl. I get the leg and the thigh and the biscuit with a side of mashed potatoes and a side of macaroni and cheese, because I have to have the macaroni and cheese, but I can't eat fried chicken without mashed potatoes. Then I would always order a 12-piece jalapeno cheese bombers. And I would always get the 12-piece. They offered a 4-piece, and that's not enough. So I'd get 12 pieces of jalapeno cheese bombers, 2 pieces of chicken, the biscuit, macaroni and cheese, and mashed potatoes. And I think we actually did the calories, and it was like over 2,000 calories that I would eat. And I would always get a bellyache. And I ate everything. I didn't, it was bones left, empty everything, just crumbs. It was so good. If I tried to go to Church's now, what would I leave off? I have to have everything.
Of the bombers and only eat 4 of them?
No, because that's really why I go there. So
just the chicken. Take a whey protein chicken, eat the bombers. Just do that.
I mean, the chicken's like the accoutrement.
Wow. Do you miss fast food? We don't really eat fast food anymore. We hadn't in quite some time.
I miss Sonic and Church's. I didn't ever really like them. I mean, the McDonald's and the Burger King, whatever. But my 2 favorite restaurants that I used to love were Sonic and Taco Bell. Funny story. I went to Taco Bell recently, and it's not good.
Wait, how recent? Are you talking about
like years ago?
Like 5 years ago?
Yeah,
that's not
like years ago. Well, for me, it was at the time. I don't know. Taco Bell's not actually good. Does anybody know that?
Yeah, we never
don't eat it for a year and then go back and eat it. That's how you can tell if it's good. Church's Bombers, we have gone back recently, and they are good. I mean, you can't mess up fried Arby's. What about you, Shanetsky? Mr. McDonald's, Mr. Chicken Nuggets, those chicken nuggets that look like a boot?
My brother and I used to actually like fight over who got the boot, because like the ovals didn't taste as good. The boots tasted so much better for whatever reason. For whatever reason, those tasted better. McDonald's had the best French fries out of any of the fast food joints. Burger King's always tasted weird, like corn or something.
They do taste weird. Burger King's fries have a weird taste
it's
to
the
them.
Oil or something that they coat them in.
Yeah, and they're harder. And I liked McDonald's actually, because they were like softer and crispier.
Wendy's were always soggy or limp.
What is with people dipping their Wendy's fries into their Frosty?
That's gross.
That's so gross. Would you pour ice cream on your baked potato? Is that what you do? You're just like, I'd like my baked potato with a slate of chocolate ice cream, please. No, because that's nasty.
That's gross. Sonic came around.
The best.
Sonic came around after, so we got, We ate McDonald's fairly often when I was a kid.
I'm sorry, are you saying New Orleans didn't get on the Sonic train
For a
until
while.
later?
Yeah, it was later, probably 12 or 13 was when.
For those of you that don't know, because you might be from Poland or Scotland, Sonic is like the all-American drive-in. Like you literally don't go anywhere, but you just sit in your car and push a button, and there's this amazing menu. And by the way, the amazing menu has like, literally I did the math. It's like the number of possibilities for your drink are in over millions of possibilities if you know combinations and permutations. But anyways, it's got burgers and hot dogs. Ooh, I always get the extra long chili cheese coney, add mustard and onions. But they have tater tots. I don't like their french fries, but they have really good extra long chili cheese coney. They have fried. Their bacon is fried. Like they throw it in the fryer, so it's like super crispy. But no, I always get the extra long chili. See, at Sonic, I would do something similar. I would always get the extra long chili cheese coney with mustard and onions and a side of cheddar peppers. And sometimes also the fried cheese sticks because it's also fried in cheese. So good. Oh my God, Sonic is the best. If you're from another country and you visit America, you should go to Sonic. And that's the American experience in a nutshell.
Do you like Sonic more than Cane's?
Now that's difficult because, yes, because it has fried and cheese. You don't understand. It has fried and cheese a couple of times. So it's a yes. But I love Cane's.
Yeah.
Yes. And I also like that the guy went to LSU. Go Tigers.
Do you like Cane's just because of the sauce, or do you actually like the chicken and the french fries? Because the chicken is not actually that good.
The sauce and the fries. The fries are good.
Well, the
dipped and slathered in the sauce.
Yeah, the crinkle cut
fries. Nobody would know you're a fitness guy. We don't actually eat this stuff. I just daydream about it.
No, the last time I had Cane's was over a year ago.
Okay, can we just talk about that for a second? It was a thing. It was a to-do. You worked out, you cut your calories, like you made plans for this Cane's trip. You were like, we haven't had Cane's since college. Let's do it. I'm gonna cut, like I'm gonna prepare for the Cane's. And so we go for the Cane's. And it was really good.
It was wonderful.
It was worth the saving of calories.
Would you do a Cane's eating challenge?
No.
Or a donut eating challenge?
No. We did the donut one.
Would you do it again?
I wouldn't get a cake donut this time. I'll tell you that much. That was a bad. Everybody else did glazed. I did cake donuts. And even though calorically they were less, they were just like balls and mush just rolling around in my mouth. And I was like, it's so gross.
Oh, man.
Okay, so what's up?
Nothing. Did you use Mastermind today? Did you end up using the nootropic today or not?
I used a nootropic today because I didn't sleep well because I was worried about school.
What were you particularly worried about school?
So I'm teaching so we're teaching pre-calculus this year, but we're changing the entire curriculum because we got this brand new idea to teach calculus without trig for pre-calculus, whatever. We're like, what do you feel like doing in the fall? So we got this brand new book and school starts in a week from today. And I haven't done any of the homework problem. I don't know. I'm assuming it's fine. I can't just assume it's fine. The kids are going to be like, what are we doing? I don't know. I haven't done it yet. I can't do that. I have to plan ahead. So I am literally just doing homework problems so I can figure out what I'm going to teach my kids. So I was freaking out last night. Like, I don't know what I'm teaching starting next week. It's freaking me out. So yes, I woke up this morning and started doing homework problems and I feel much better.
Did you have any other caffeine aside from that? Because Mastermind has 200 milligrams of caffeine and 200 milligrams of theanine in it. Okay. Any other caffeine throughout the day, even though you slept?
No, I slept like crap yesterday, though. I think I'm convinced because I never ever do caffeine late, and I was worried and I got tired, and so in the morning I drank a huge cup of coffee, and then in the afternoon I drank another cup of coffee at like 2. Mm-hmm. That seems like a lot of coffee for me, but you didn't think that would be it.
You don't usually get jittery over caffeine, so that's why,
I might have just been stressed.
Yeah, I think that's what tends to be more the thing that keeps you awake at night.
Cool.
I don't know why I slept like shit last night, but I did.
Probably because
since 4:30. Well, no, you
don't think that I have an influence on you, but I feel like I do.
You do, but it's not like you were kicking or screaming or whacking at me with a butcher knife or something like we were talking about last week. I
haven't had a nightmare in 2 nights. This is a really big deal.
Yeah.
I looked it up and it was like, sorry. So I looked up the fact that I have nightmares, and they're not nightmares like, someone's chasing me. It's like I wake up and I see someone in our bedroom. Like, that shouldn't be there. And that scares me because I'm like, there's a person in our bedroom. And there's not. And I used to do that every night for like a couple months straight. And he's like, There's no one here. Like, I don't know what to tell you. When I open my like fake eyes, I see it. I don't know.
The funny thing is when I sleep on the sofa sometimes, so I get really hot at night. I wake up in a full flop sweat, probably like 6 out of 7 nights a week.
Really
I'll fall asleep at like 9:30. I'll wake up at midnight covered in flop sweat. I get so hot in the bedroom. I'll come out here and sleep on the sofa or go sleep on our guest bedroom because I can't get cool. And the funniest thing is I'll be sleeping, I hear sound asleep, and then I'll hear, what the fuck? What the fuck? What? And then I'll hear you say, oh. I can audibly hear you go and like slap down onto the bed after screaming all kinds of obscenities.
Because what would you say if you woke up and saw someone in your bedroom? You'd go, what the f-? Sorry, it scares me. Y'all, come on.
Thanks for joining us.
I made me hungry.
You have a great night too, man.
Good.
Thank you for joining us, and we will see you. Do you like doing the Wednesday time, or you like Thursdays better? Which one's better for your schedule?
I don't care.
You don't care.
Depends on when I get my PhD. What? Taking classes, starting night classes. So it's either going to be Monday, Wednesday that I have classes, or Tuesday, Thursday that I have classes. So we're going to have to shift it depending on.
But that doesn't start till
the spring.
Spring, yeah. So we got 6 more months of it.
We got a few months.
4 months. 4 months. This is August.
We got it 4 months.
So, guys, this will be the last call for questions. If you have anything else, if not, we're gonna. So Steve says, pull the parachute and get out of here and let you get on with the rest of your days.
Sounds good. I'm gonna go eat something. I'm hungry.
Well, what you can do is you can go pick up the halfling now and then get back and we can cook the steak and taters.
Can I have nachos and steak?
I don't know.
Can I have cheese fries and steak? I feel like I can have cheese fries and steak. If I was going to do steak and a potato, then surely cheese fries.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you could do that. That would easily work.
I'm hungry.
You're not going in you're not stepping on stage for a physique competition. You can eat whatever the hell you want to.
Dang right I'm not. I saw that photo you took of me doing my shoulder presses. I was like, what?
Well, this is what, your second or third week now of working out at 6:15 in the morning.
Yep.
How's that transition been?
It's great. I actually have more energy in the day, which is crazy. It's awesome.
Yeah, you don't feel like tired or anything?
I highly recommend that everybody do it. You'd think that you don't have enough time in the morning, but you actually kind of do. It's weird. It's like a weird.
Well, that's what I used to do for engineering. I would wake up at 4:30 or 5 in the morning, work out, and then go.
Is that true?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, Mandeville? Yeah, you were. I'd hit the alarm and you'd roll over and I'd go.
Have fun, babe.
Yep.
Good luck. Okay, yeah, that sounds good. Well, thanks for tuning in, guys.
Scott, what is this? My neighbor. You misspelled neighbor, Scott. O-U-R.
Oh, is that a burn for Scotland?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
wait. Has a nightmare that someone is in her room at night. Thank you. Can we talk about this more? Can you find out more information? Tell me what's going on in her life that would cause her to have this nightmare, because I have the same one. And it's like, here's the thing. You're just a dream. I don't know how to explain it. You think you're awake. So it's not like you're dreaming. It's not like you think to yourself, I'm just dreaming that someone's in my bedroom. You're convinced that your eyes are open and that you are awake and you are seeing something in your bedroom, and then you react as such. And only until I turn on a light or like flash my Fitbit light, like, what the frick? And then I'm like, oh, nobody's here. Oh, it was one of those again. Like, you don't realize it until after, and it's so frustrating and it's exhausting. And then you're scared, and then you got to go back to bed. So I understand what and it's a girl too. This is fascinating. What is up with us? I need to contact her and be support group. I hear you. Well, she just needs to know that she doesn't need to have you rescue her, but she's going to keep having it every night and there's nothing there, but it's scary. Good thing I don't have a butcher's knife next to me, because I would stab.
I would have been impaled 4,000 times over and probably not be alive on this planet.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not subtle. All right, there's times where we were in Italy and this guy, I'm not making this up, twice. What is up with us? Do we have it come attack us written on our foreheads?
It said American.
We were in Italy and twice someone was following us like they were gonna attack us. And let me tell you something. You know what I did? I was like, someone's taking us! And then they didn't chase us anymore. I'm not afraid to make a scene. You're staring at me in Starbucks, and I think you're staring at me, and I'm doing this, and they're staring at me, and I'm like, what? Something you looking at? What? I mean,
who are you?
sometimes I even take a picture with a phone. I'm like, hey, you're staring at me. So if I get raped or I get murdered later, this is the guy, everybody. And then they stop looking at me and they leave. I'm like, that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
I don't even know what to say about that.
And then I showed my boss how to walk in Atlanta, or really anywhere where you think, like, we did it in Rome.
You did it.
And Florence. Yeah, I did it.
You did it.
I'm trying to protect you. Look, let me show you.
Oh, God.
Here's how you walk, fellas or ladies, when you think that you're about to be attacked. You ready?
I'll get out of the way.
And then people are like, that chick's weird. Ain't gonna attack her. And they back away because I'm drawing too much attention to myself. What? And I did it. And I did it with my boss in Atlanta. And she was like, please stop doing that. I'm just protecting you, Liz. She's like, oh, stop doing that. I'll let you know if I need protection. I'm like, all right, because I'm here for you. People don't mess with crazy.
I think this live has just officially jumped the shark.
I teach my girls how to walk like that. I'm like, it's gonna work. Okay, it's time to go. I hear you. I'm just saying.
No, you're good. This is.
People don't mess with crazy.
You don't teach the boys. You just teach girls. That's sexist.
I've never had the opportunity, but I would teach the boys how to walk like that because it would be crazy.
All right, guys. Thank you all for joining us. As always, we will see you next week. I guess we'll be back on a regularly scheduled time next Wednesday, unless there's a podcast interview or something that comes up like yesterday.
With the guy, you never said his name.
They just have to wait for the podcast to be released. Thank you for joining us. As always, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell so you know when we are live each and every week. And we will see y'all next time.
Bye.